up, guys? This is Rich, and I'm here with Mitch.
Hi.
We're taking a look at the world premiere trailer for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Henry Rollins.
Yep.
Henry Rollins, Black Flag. Nope,
Yep.
different thing now.
So, right away here, let's pause.
Hey, who's this?
Blackbeard.
Oh, the pirate.
The legendary Blackbeard. One of the things that Assassin's Creed 4 is really going to focus on is actually a more realistic, more true to historical events take on pirates. This isn't Pirates of the Caribbean with like ghosts and monsters and that sort of stuff. It's more about, you know, who these guys really were, and that's a common theme that you'll see throughout this trailer.
Yep. Lots of pirates here. I mean, they're just sitting in a pub.
We'll stop right here real quick.
Hey, look, a pirate ship.
We're about to see Edward in 1 second, who is the new sort of lead character, lead assassin. Yeah, and hopefully I don't call him Kennedy this time. However, what you'll notice here is actually he's using a spyglass, and that's actually an important gameplay element to the game.
Yeah, Edward uses the spyglass a lot like Jason used the camera in Far Cry 3. He'd use it to identify ships, or he uses it to identify ships in Assassin's Creed 4. It shows him, you know, the loot it's carrying, the storage, the crew. It's just general information about his target.
Yeah, and you're able to actually scout islands, too, and get some basic information about them, which is really cool. We just see in about 2 seconds here that's
also, he looks
Edward.
Really cool when he's using the spyglass.
He looks like a spy or something.
There he is.
So that's Edward, our new lead character. Be sure to check out our other Rewind theater for a look at sort of Edward specifically, more talking about him.
For clarity, also, this is very much a CG trailer. This is not gameplay.
Yes.
AC4 is coming to next-gen consoles, but this is CG.
Yep.
Look at that hair. He's so pretty, Rich.
Real quick pause here. Obviously, you got the Assassin's Creed logo, a little skull in the middle. By all indications, this is probably the Jackdaw. This is Edward's ship.
Yeah, it's Edward's ship. He has the assassins branded because he's a pirate. He's trained by assassins, so he kind of brings those worlds together. Has the kind of skull and crossbones fused with the assassins or the Order of the Assassins, and that's how he indicates, hey, this is Edward Kenway's territory.
Yep, exactly. So again, you know, one of the things I found interesting with this whole sort of the way the narrative of this trailer is framed actually is it's Blackbeard talking about Edward with sort of this bit of reverence. Yeah. And when you were when I first
and a little bit of fear.
Yeah, when I found out that Blackbeard was like in this game, my instant assumption was, oh, Blackbeard's the bad guy. But I actually wonder if that's the case or if he's just more like a kind of, you know, bystander almost.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'll play some kind of role, whether it's combative or as an ally, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see them join up. Real quick note here, obviously you see sort of Edward sort of doing the Batman armor up style thing here.
Suit up.
So you got 2 pistols in the front, two pistols in the back. Those are upgrades that you can get throughout the game. Got 2 cutlasses here. Again, these are all sorts of different abilities that Edward's able to unlock and then use at will during combat. Yeah,
there's some kind of progression system that allows him to
Let's pause right here. Ship-to-ship battles and the whole naval element is back in a huge, huge way, of course, pirate themed. One of the things you can actually do during ship-to-ship battles is board the enemy ship, and your whole goal is to take out the other guy's captain. You can just basically get over there and get up in that guy's face.
Yeah, you can see here Edward jumps on this rope to swing over, but his crew is actually throwing grappling hooks across, which they'll use to probably shimmy across.
Yeah, and that's actually another big element of the game. We don't know too much about it, but you're supposed to be able to sort of, I don't know if you recruit crew, but you manage them.
They're definitely involved, and you'll see them heavily throughout this trailer. Like, they're always with him. Doing something. Also, this is an amazing shot here because it shows not only it looks awesome, Rich, but we see him. He whips out his 2 pistols. Pop, pop. They're gone.
Yep.
Like those pistols are gone. Now he's using the 2 from the rear, and he shoots those dudes.
One other thing to note actually is the guys he's fighting are not just sort of other pirates. He's actually fighting what appear to be British sailors.
Yeah.
They're taking on the British government because the whole idea of the pirate lore in historical terms is that pirates were disillusioned British sailors who couldn't get money, who couldn't find their way in life, and so took to their own means basically.
Yeah.
So there he goes, just basically destroying people.
There's
Here you go, crew right and left up there, and probably behind there. That guy's like jumping.
Headbutts confirmed, Rich.
Yeah, exactly. Headbutts confirmed. But although this is an interesting point.
Yeah, this is almost Far Cry-esque with like a ledge takedown sort of skill.
Well, yeah, and AC3 had some of those environmental type kills, so it looks like, at least if this CG trailer is any indication, that something like that will be back.
Yeah, typically the AC trailers are, even the CG ones that are just showing glamour shots and stuff like that, they're fairly indicative of gameplay elements. We're going to see a lot of that coming.
Yep.
Something interesting here that sticks out, he busts up the board on the way down, smashes that dude's head, kicks that dude's weapon away, turns around, grabs a piece of it, and just smacks somebody with it. So,
so brutal.
Right. But what's cool here is, hopefully this is indicative of some kind of, environmental, contextual combat stuff where you can just use pieces of the environment, whether it's, bottles in the bar, as we see in the Edward trailer, or here where it's just you're You busted a piece of the world up, now use it to your advantage.
Yeah, now, of course, he's all fighting in this gorgeous setting, kind of tropical setting. The whole game is set sort of in and around the West Indies, Caribbean sort of
basically,
area.
this area surrounding Cuba.
Yeah, and there are 3 main cities, although there's supposed to be about 50 different land-based locations that you can go to. But
what's this town, Richard?
This one should be, if we have this right, it should be Havana, Cuba.
Yeah, Havana has... it's likened to Florence, right? Or Venice in AC2.
Yep.
In that there's like shingled rooftops, there's a lot of verticality. But the thing here is there are trees. You can see trees in the background. This is a town that's just populated with just growth, just natural growth, and you can use that to your advantage. While you run around the town, you can use the trees. There is like tree climbing and stuff.
Yeah, and there's also, we should note, although we will see one of these later, but there's also a city called Kingston, Jamaica, and which is supposed to be a little more of a lawless, rough town. And then there's Nassau, which we'll actually be able to get a glimpse of later.
A little taste of Nassau. Also, I love this here where that dude in the background, one of his crew, just lifts this dude up and then plugs him with a knife and he just pins him to the wall.
There's lots of great details in this thing. So that's a look at Havana at the very least.
Yep, they just seem to have just ported.
Again, ship-to-ship battles.
I think that ship on the left is the Jackdaw. I'm pretty sure that's like it's Kenway's ship. It's got a lot of, you can upgrade it, but I'm pretty sure that's his.
You also see, obviously this, cloudy skies, but daytime, but there's also dynamic weather systems, and you're able to kind of use that to your advantage. This is a huge note. If you want to forward actually just a little bit, we'll get an even better glimpse of this. Underwater gameplay. We don't know exactly how this fashions into the game itself, but we do know there are underwater environments that you go into and explore.
I think the most important thing to note here is sharks confirmed!
Oh yeah, you see him right in the back there.
Yeah. But it's cool. This is a totally new element to AC, obviously. I'm really curious how this will actually play, how it's going to feel. Because underwater isn't something that...
Well, you never associate it with Assassin's
right.
Creed.
Being able to swim is still kind of a new thing to the series. Now we're going to be going underground.
So we mentioned Nassau before, some sort of pirate haven. This looks like it might be that. Obviously you see Edward right in the middle there, and you got some pirates around him, so probably Nassau. But there are other locations that you don't see it too much in here, but there are supposed to be jungles and Mayan ruins and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, lots of places to poke around. Like these dudes here. This is probably just out in a jungle somewhere. These dudes found a treasure. Hopefully this means there's some kind of like dynamic events where you can just find dudes with treasure and take their stuff.
Yep. Again, another shot of Havana. It looks gorgeous. Probably one of the bigger cities in the game for sure. Which is cool. I like the idea that we're actually getting more of that sort of old school AC2 feel in here.
Totally.
You sort of worry that you're going to lose a lot of that.
Ladies. He's a womanizer, this Edward Kenway.
Yeah. Definitely more of a dynamic character than Connor ever was, I think. So.
I would love to see this level of density in a pub in an AC game. Like, this is a lot of characters on screen at once. I would love to see how, once we see the actual game versus the CG trailer, how the assets transition into the actual game. Because a lot of the stuff that's important about AC is crowd interaction, dynamics between the people, and something like this could be great.
Yeah,
just interacting with a ton of people in a pub. But we'll see.
Don't meddle in his private affairs.
Toothbrush, TBD. We don't know yet.
Again, we're talking about Blackbeard and the whole myth versus reality idea. This is sort of playing into that idea. And now here's a cool sequence. We've been seeing a lot of Edward the pirate, Edward doing his ship battles. Here is clearly Edward the assassin.
Yeah. Something interesting here. Have we ever seen like a weather system in the cities? Because I almost wonder if this is indicative of, random storms. Obviously not like a huge important thing, but it's just cool to think that you could just be out on a random rainy night. That, I tell you about an assassination I did, and it doesn't necessarily go that way for you.
Yeah, definitely. So that is a look at Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for all things AC4. Keep it here on IGN.